Imagine your brain is like a very busy smartphone. All day long you use it to learn new things, solve problems, feel emotions, and make decisions. By the end of the day, its battery is low, its memory is getting full, and it has collected a lot of temporary files and digital clutter. If you just kept using it without a break, it would slow down, start making mistakes, and eventually stop working properly. Sleep is the essential, non-negotiable process of plugging that smartphone into its charger. It's not just a period of inactivity, it is a powerful and intelligent state that recharges your energy, cleans up the clutter, and organizes all the important information you gathered during the day, preparing you for a fresh start tomorrow. Many of us view sleep as an inconvenience, a period of lost time that could be better spent working, studying, or socializing. We treat it as an optional luxury rather than a biological necessity. This is perhaps the single greatest public health misconception in our modern society. We have traded our sleep for longer hours at the office, late-night entertainment, and the endless scroll of social media, all without fully understanding the profound cost of that transaction. We are, in essence, trying to run our complex biological hardware on a dangerously low battery, wondering why we feel so tired, forgetful, and irritable. The truth is, sleep is the single most effective thing you can do to reset your brain and body health each and every day. This essay is an invitation to reconsider your relationship with sleep. We will embark on a journey into the hidden world of the night, exploring what truly happens inside your brain and body after your head hits the pillow. We will pull back the curtain on the intricate stages of sleep, each with its own unique and vital purpose. We will also provide you with a practical toolkit of science-backed strategies to help you reclaim your right to a full night of restorative sleep. Think of this not as a lecture, but as a user manual for one of the most important systems you own, your own body and mind. Understanding sleep is the first step toward harnessing its incredible power for a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. The science is overwhelmingly clear. Sleep is not an optional lifestyle choice but a non-negotiable biological imperative. It is your life support system and Mother Nature's best effort yet at immortality. From strengthening your immune system to balancing your emotions and enhancing your creativity, the benefits of a full night of sleep are vast and transformative. By the end of our exploration, I hope you will no longer see sleep as an enemy of productivity but as your most powerful ally in the pursuit of health, happiness, and success. Let us begin this journey to unlock the secrets of the night and rediscover the profound, life-changing power of sleep. When you fall asleep, it may seem like your brain is simply switching off for the night, but nothing could be further from the truth. Instead, your brain enters a period of intense and highly organized activity, a sort of neurological ballet with different acts and scenes. One of the most critical functions happening during this time is memory consolidation. Throughout your day, you create countless new memories, which are initially stored in a temporary vulnerable location in your brain called the hippocampus. During the deep stages of sleep, your brain carefully replays these memories, transferring the important ones to a more permanent and secure storage location, the cortex. This process is like moving files from a USB stick onto a massive hard drive for long-term safekeeping, freeing up space for new learning the next day. This nightly transfer of information does more than just save memories. It intelligently integrates them with your existing knowledge. Sleep helps you find connections and patterns between new facts and old experiences, fostering insight and problem-solving abilities. This is why you might often wake up with a solution to a problem that seemed impossible the night before. Your sleeping brain was quietly working on it, connecting the dots in ways your awake brain could not. It is this remarkable process that turns raw information into lasting wisdom. Without sufficient sleep, those new memories remain fragile and are far more likely to be forgotten, which is why an all-night study session before an exam is one of the worst things you can do for your academic performance. Another vital task performed by your sleeping brain is a form of deep cleaning. Your brain cells, like all cells, produce metabolic waste products as they work throughout the day. One of these is a sticky, toxic protein called beta amyloid, which is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. During wakefulness, this waste accumulates in the spaces between brain cells. However, when you enter deep sleep, something remarkable happens. The channels in your brain actually expand, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to wash through and clear out these toxins. This process is akin to a nightly power washing service for your brain, removing harmful debris and maintaining its health. Skimping on sleep means this cleanup crew can't finish its job, allowing toxins to build up night after night. Finally, your brain uses sleep to recalibrate your emotional circuits. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, is highly active when you are sleep-deprived, making you more reactive, anxious, and prone to mood swings. A full night of sleep, particularly the stage known as REM sleep, acts as a form of overnight therapy. It soothes the amygdala, processing difficult or emotional experiences from the day in a calmer neurochemical environment. This allows you to wake up with a clearer perspective and a more balanced emotional state. In this way, sleep doesn't just remember your experiences, it helps you heal from them, preparing you to face the social and emotional challenges of a new day with a steady hand. While your brain is busy sorting memories and cleaning house, the rest of your body is engaged in its own critical program of repair and restoration. Sleep is prime time for physical healing and growth. During the deepest stages of non-REM sleep, your pituitary gland releases a powerful surge of growth hormone. In children and adolescents, this hormone is essential for growing taller and stronger. In adults, it plays a different but equally vital role. It stimulates tissue repair, helping to heal minor injuries, build muscle mass, and mend cells that have been damaged by stress and sun exposure throughout the day. This nightly repair cycle is fundamental to maintaining a healthy, resilient body. Your cardiovascular system also gets a much-needed break during sleep. As you transition into deeper sleep stages, your heart rate slows down, and your blood pressure drops by about 10 to 20%. This nightly dip gives your heart and blood vessels a period of rest, reducing the strain on your entire circulatory system. Chronic sleep deprivation prevents this natural reduction in blood pressure, keeping your cardiovascular system in a state of high alert around the clock. Over time, this sustained pressure can contribute to hypertension, heart attacks, and strokes. A consistent sleep schedule is therefore one of the best forms of preventative medicine for your heart. Your immune system also uses the night to recharge and strengthen its defenses. While you sleep, your body increases the production of protective proteins called cytokines, some of which help promote sleep, while others are needed to fight infection, inflammation, and trauma. Sleep is essentially a time when your immune system builds up its army. When you don't get enough sleep, the production of these protective cytokines decreases, along with infection-fighting antibodies and cells. This is why you are more likely to catch a cold or the flu when you are run down and sleep-deprived. Your immune system simply doesn't have the resources it needs to defend you effectively. Furthermore, sleep plays a crucial role in regulating your metabolism and appetite. Two key hormones, ghrelin and leptin, are managed during your slumber. Ghrelin is the go hormone that tells you when you're hungry, while leptin is the stop hormone that signals when you're full. When you are sleep-deprived, your body produces more ghrelin and less leptin. This hormonal imbalance makes you feel hungrier, especially for high-calorie, sugary foods, while also making it harder to feel satisfied after eating. This is a recipe for weight gain, and is one of the reasons why chronic short sleep is strongly linked to an increased risk of obesity and type 2 diabetes. Your journey through sleep is not a simple, linear descent into unconsciousness. Instead, you cycle through 4 distinct stages multiple times each night, with each cycle lasting approximately 90 minutes. This architectural pattern is crucial, as each stage offers different benefits for your brain and body. The first stage, known as N1 or Stage 1, is the very light transitional phase between wakefulness and sleep. Your breathing slows, your muscles begin to relax, and your brain waves start to shift from their active daytime rhythm. You can be easily awakened during this stage, and you might experience a sensation of falling, followed by a sudden muscle jerk known as a hypnic jerk. This stage typically lasts for only a few minutes as you drift deeper. Next, you enter Stage 2, or N2, which is a slightly deeper stage of sleep that accounts for about half of your total sleep time. In this stage, your heart rate and body temperature continue to drop, and your brain produces short, rapid bursts of activity called sleep spindles. These spindles are incredibly important for memory consolidation, acting like a save button for new information you learned during the day. They also play a role in sensory gating, helping to block out external noises so that you can remain asleep. Stage 2 is the foundation of a healthy sleep cycle, a preparatory phase that readies your brain and body for the deeper, more restorative stages to come. The third stage, N3, is what we commonly call deep sleep or slow-wave sleep. This is the most restorative stage for both your brain and body. Your brain waves become very slow and large, known as delta waves, and it's very difficult to be awakened from this stage. If you are woken up during deep sleep, you will likely feel groggy and disoriented for several minutes. It is during N3 that the majority of physical repair occurs. Growth hormone is released, tissues are mended, and the immune system is strengthened. This is also when the brain's waste removal system is at its most active, clearing out those harmful toxins. You spend more time in this critical stage during the first half of the night. Finally, after passing through the deep sleep of N3, you ascend back through stage 2 and enter a completely different type of sleep. REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. This is the stage most associated with vivid dreaming. Your brain becomes highly active, almost as active as when you are awake, but your body's voluntary muscles are temporarily paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. REM sleep is essential for emotional regulation, processing memories, and fostering creativity. The brain consolidates procedural memories, how to do things like riding a bike, and emotional experiences during this time. Your sleep cycles repeat throughout the night, with REM periods becoming progressively longer in the hours before you wake up. Improving your sleep doesn't require expensive gadgets or complicated formulas. It begins with building a consistent and relaxing foundation for your nightly rest. The single most important tip is to maintain a regular sleep schedule. This means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body has an internal 24-hour clock, known as the circadian rhythm, which thrives on regularity. When you stick to a consistent schedule, your body learns when to expect sleep and wakefulness, making it easier to fall asleep at night and wake up feeling refreshed in the morning. This regularity is the anchor that stabilizes every other aspect of your sleep hygiene. Creating a pre-sleep routine is another powerful tool. You can't expect your brain to go from 100 to 0 in an instant. Instead, you need a wind-down period of at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This routine signals to your body that it's time to prepare for sleep. Your routine could include activities like reading a physical book, not on a screen, listening to calm music, taking a warm bath, or practicing gentle stretching or meditation. The key is to choose relaxing activities that you enjoy, and to perform them consistently each night. This ritual helps to disconnect you from the stresses of the day and eases your mind into a state of tranquility. Your bedroom environment, or your sleep sanctuary, also plays a monumental role. The ideal bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet. A cooler room temperature, typically around 18.3 degrees Celsius, or 65 degrees Fahrenheit, has been shown to facilitate better sleep, as your body's core temperature needs to drop to initiate sleep. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out all sources of light, as even a small amount of light can disrupt your circadian rhythm and the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep. Similarly, use earplugs or a white noise machine to mask disruptive sounds. Your bedroom should be a haven reserved for sleep and intimacy only, not for work or entertainment. Finally, be mindful of what you consume in the hours leading up to bedtime. Caffeine is a potent stimulant with a long half-life, meaning it can stay in your system for many hours. It's wise to avoid coffee, tea, soda, and even chocolate for at least 8 hours before you plan to sleep. Alcohol is another common culprit. While a nightcap might make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster, it severely disrupts your sleep later in the night. Alcohol fragments sleep, suppressing the critical REM stage and leading to more frequent awakenings. Instead of alcohol, try a calming, caffeine-free herbal tea, such as chamomile or peppermint, as part of your wind-down routine. The quest for better sleep doesn't just begin in the evening, it is, honestly, a full 24-hour endeavor. What you do during the day has a profound impact on your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep at night. One of the most powerful signals for your internal clock is natural daylight. Try to get at least 30 minutes of exposure to morning sunlight within an hour of waking up. This bright light exposure helps to anchor your circadian rhythm, signaling to your brain that the day has begun and shutting down melatonin production. This not only helps you feel more awake and alert during the day, but also helps to time the release of melatonin correctly later in the evening, promoting sleepiness at the right time. Regular physical activity is another fantastic way to improve your sleep quality. Exercise can help you fall asleep faster, increase the amount of deep sleep you get, and reduce the likelihood of waking up during the night. The key is timing. For most people, exercising in the morning or afternoon is ideal, as it can raise your body temperature and alertness levels. Exercising too close to bedtime, however, can be overstimulating for some individuals and may interfere with their ability to wind down. Find a time that works for you and make it a consistent part of your daily routine. Even a simple 30-minute walk each day can make a significant difference. Managing your exposure to artificial blue light, especially from screens, is also critical. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, computers, and televisions is particularly disruptive to your sleep-wake cycle. It tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime, which suppresses the release of melatonin and makes it much harder to fall asleep. It is wise to implement a digital curfew and stop using all screens at least an hour, and ideally 90 minutes before bed. If you must use a screen in the evening, consider using blue light filtering glasses, or activating the night mode setting on your devices, which shifts the screen color to a warmer, less stimulating tone. What and when you eat can also influence your sleep. A large, heavy meal too close to bedtime can cause indigestion and discomfort, making it difficult to fall asleep. Try to have your last big meal of the day at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. If you feel hungry before sleep, a small light snack that contains a mix of carbohydrates and protein, like a banana with a spoonful of almond butter or a small bowl of oatmeal, can be beneficial. These foods can help promote the production of neurotransmitters that aid in relaxation and sleep. Also, be sure to stay hydrated during the day, but try to limit fluid intake in the hour or two before bed to prevent disruptive nighttime trips to the bathroom. In our sleep-deprived culture, a number of dangerous myths have taken hold, often used to justify our poor sleep habits. One of the most pervasive and harmful is the idea that some people can function perfectly well on just a few hours of sleep per night. The truth is, the number of people who can survive on 6 hours of sleep or less without showing any impairment, due to a rare genetic mutation, is vanishingly small. When rounded to a whole number, that percentage is 0. For the vast majority of us, routinely getting less than 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night results in measurable deficits in cognitive performance, emotional stability, and physical health, even if we don't consciously feel tired. Another common myth is that you can catch up on lost sleep over the weekend. While sleeping in on Saturday and Sunday can help to alleviate some of the immediate fatigue from a sleep-deprived week, it does not fully erase the damage done. Many of the complex benefits of sleep, such as memory consolidation and emotional regulation from REM sleep, are lost for good. A weekend lie-in cannot fully restore your performance to optimal levels. Think of it like a debt. You might be able to pay back some of the principal, but the interest you've accrued in the form of poor health and cognitive decline cannot be so easily erased. Consistency is far more effective than compensation. Many people also believe that drinking alcohol before bed is an effective sleep aid. It is true that alcohol is a sedative, and it can help you fall asleep more quickly. However, this initial benefit is a trap. As your body metabolizes the alcohol, it creates a rebound effect that severely disrupts your sleep during the second half of the night. It fragments your sleep, causing you to wake up more frequently, and it is one of the most powerful suppressors of REM sleep that we know of. So, while you may have been unconscious for 8 hours, the quality of that sleep is so poor that you wake up feeling unrefreshed. Alcohol is not a sleep aid, it is a sleep destroyer. Finally, there is the myth that hitting the snooze button in the morning is a harmless way to ease into the day. In reality, when you hit snooze, you are repeatedly putting your brain through a cycle of sleep fragmentation. Each time your alarm goes off and you drift back to sleep, you are initiating a new sleep cycle that you have no intention of finishing. This can leave you in a state of sleep inertia, that groggy, disoriented feeling that can last for hours after you finally get out of bed. It is far better for your brain and your body to set your alarm for the time you actually need to wake up and then get up immediately, allowing for a clean break from sleep. The consequences of insufficient sleep are not confined to just feeling tired the next day. The impact ripples out, touching every aspect of your health, well-being, and daily functioning in ways that are often profound and underestimated. On a cognitive level, even a single night of sleeping just 6 hours can be enough to impair your attention, concentration, and decision-making abilities to a degree comparable to being legally intoxicated. Your reaction times slow down, your creativity plummets, and your ability to solve complex problems is severely compromised. This is why sleep deprivation is a major contributing factor in tragic accidents on our roads and in our workplaces every single day. The emotional consequences are just as severe. As we discussed, a lack of sleep makes your brain's emotional centers far more reactive. This leaves you prone to irritability, anxiety, and dramatic mood swings. Minor daily frustrations that you might normally brush off can feel like major crises when you are sleep-deprived. This emotional volatility can strain your relationships with family, friends, and colleagues, creating a cycle of social stress that can, in turn, make it even harder to sleep. A full night of sleep is not a luxury. It is essential for maintaining emotional stability and fostering positive social interactions. Without it, we become a less rational, more emotionally volatile version of ourselves. Physiologically, the long-term effects of chronic sleep deprivation are devastating. It is a direct assault on your physical health, significantly increasing your risk for a host of chronic diseases. Insufficient sleep is strongly linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular problems like high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. It disrupts your metabolism, leading to a greater likelihood of developing obesity and type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, it weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and illnesses. The scientific evidence is clear. The shorter your sleep, the shorter your lifespan. Sleep is a fundamental pillar of health, just as important as diet and exercise. The impact also extends to your performance in every area of life, from the classroom to the boardroom to the athletic field. For students, sleep is critical for learning and memory. For professionals, it is the foundation of innovation, leadership, and sound judgment. For athletes, it is the ultimate performance-enhancing tool, essential for physical recovery, motor skill development, and strategic thinking. By consistently failing to get the sleep we need, we are robbing ourselves of our full potential. We are choosing to operate at a fraction of our capacity, accepting a lower quality version of our lives without even realizing what we have lost. We have journeyed through the remarkable world of sleep, from the intricate dance of brainwaves to the quiet, powerful work of cellular repair. We have seen that sleep is not a period of dormant emptiness, but a vibrant and essential state of being that enriches our minds, mends our bodies, and balances our emotions. It is the firm foundation upon which a healthy and productive life is built. The science is unequivocal. Sleep is the most powerful elixir of life, a democratic and freely available healthcare system that can improve nearly every aspect of our biology. To neglect sleep is to neglect our own well-being, a decision with consequences that echo through every waking moment. The time has come to shift our cultural narrative. We must move away from the foolish bravado of sleepless nights and instead begin to celebrate sleep as a sign of intelligence and self-respect. We must champion it in our homes, our schools, and our workplaces, creating environments that prioritize this fundamental human need. The practical tips we have explored, from maintaining a regular schedule and creating a sleep sanctuary to managing light exposure and diet, are not life hacks but essential practices for modern survival. They are your personal toolkit for reclaiming the restorative power of the night and, in doing so, transforming the quality of your days. I encourage you to become an ambassador for sleep. Share what you have learned with your friends, your family, and your colleagues. Start conversations about the importance of rest and challenge the outdated myths that equate sleep deprivation with dedication. Ask questions, stay curious, and continue to learn about this fascinating and vital part of your life. The more we all understand about the science of sleep, the more empowered we will be to make choices that support our collective health and happiness. Knowledge is the first step toward meaningful change, and every conversation helps to build a more sleep-savvy society. Ultimately, the choice to prioritize sleep is a choice to invest in yourself. It is an act of profound self-care that pays dividends in the form of better health, a sharper mind, a more stable mood, and a greater capacity for joy and success. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, do not think of it as the end of your day. Instead, view it as the beginning of a crucial and wonderful process that will prepare you to be the best possible version of yourself tomorrow. Embrace the night, for in the quiet hours of slumber, you are giving yourself the greatest gift of all, the gift of a healthier, happier, and more vibrant life. Sleep well.